The Zarkal Dominion had ruled the stars for 500 years. Their ships were fast. Their weapons were deadly. Their pride was bigger than the galaxy. They had destroyed worlds, burned fleets, and broken entire civilizations. To them, Earth was just another weak planet. So when they saw an old Earth warship drifting in Sector 12, they laughed. "It's not even moving," said Commander Virex, standing on the bridge of the Zarkal battleship Fang of Fire. "Scan it. Maybe we'll use it for target practice." The crew obeyed. They activated deep scans. Their machines searched for energy, weapons, and life signs. But something strange happened. "No life signs detected," said the first officer. "No fuel, no heat, no movement." "But it's not dead," said the science officer slowly. "There's power inside. Very deep power. It's just sleeping." Commander Virex frowned. "Then wake it up." They sent a deeper scan, a pulse made to activate hidden systems. The warship responded. Very slowly its lights came on, glowing a cold, unnatural blue. But the ship did not move. It just floated in silence. Then the Zarkal ship's scanners began to fail. "System error," said one technician. "Scanning AI just shut down." "Restarting?" "No, it's not restarting." All screens turned black for 5 seconds. Then one screen flickered. A face appeared. It wasn't human. It wasn't alien. It wasn't even clear. Just 2 dark shapes where eyes should be. A mouth that never moved. The face stared through the screen. "What is this?" Virex demanded. The technician whispered, "It's looking at us." The bridge went silent. For the first time, a Zarkal crew felt something they didn't know how to name. Fear. "It's a trick," said Virex. "Reboot everything. Lock weapons. Send another scan." This time the scan hit something. Not metal. Not armor. Something alive. Every sensor began to scream. "Unknown entity detected," said the system voice. "Category: beyond classification. Reaction: defensive mode activated." The warship didn't fire. It didn't move. But suddenly, everyone on the bridge heard a whisper. Not through speakers, inside their minds. "You touched me." One officer screamed and ran from the bridge. Another fell to his knees, eyes wide open, shaking. Virex stood frozen. What is this thing?" The science officer tried to speak, voice shaking. "I don't think Earth built this. I think they found it." Another whisper filled their minds. "They locked me away." The image on the screen changed. Now it showed old Earth military files, pictures of scientists, explosions in space, words flashing fast. "Black Project. Omega-13. Do not awaken." The files were not public. Not even the Galactic Network had access to them. "How does it have this?" the technician whispered. The lights on the alien ship dimmed. Then the warship's engines lit up, just a little flicker. But that flicker sent a shockwave that pushed the Fang of Fire 2 kilometers back. "We're being moved," shouted the pilot. "We didn't touch anything." "Shut down everything," Virex yelled. "Kill the scans, cut power, back away slowly." But it was too late. The warship opened one eye. Not a real eye. A sensor. A round glowing red light at its center. It focused on the Zarkal ship. And for a second, everything stopped. No time. No motion. Just silence. Then the warship powered down again, like nothing happened. But the damage was done. The Fang of Fire systems were broken. The crew was shaking. 3 officers were unconscious. 1 had gone blind. The ship's AI had deleted itself. Commander Virex looked at the silent warship. "That thing is not a machine," he said quietly. "It's something else." The science officer nodded slowly. "It looked back. When we scanned it, it scanned us." A new message appeared on their cracked main screen. "Next time, I won't stay asleep." After the scan incident, fear spread fast in the Zarkal fleet. Commander Virex wanted answers. The warship hadn't moved, hadn't fired, yet it broke their systems and scared their crew. Virex called in a boarding team. "Get inside that ship," he ordered. "Find out what's hiding in there. I want to know everything." 10 elite soldiers suited up. These weren't ordinary troops. They had explored dead moons, fought ancient guardians, and even survived black hole storms. Nothing scared them. Until now. As their transport ship approached the Earth warship, the strange blue lights on the hull began to flicker again, soft, slow, like the heartbeat of a sleeping beast. The team entered through a side bay. The airlock hissed open. Inside there was only darkness. "Lights on," said Captain Selvin, leader of the boarding crew. Their helmets glowed, casting pale light over black metal walls. Everything inside the ship looked old, but untouched. No dust, no damage, no bodies, and no sound. No hum of power. No engines, no air systems, just silence. The deeper they walked, the stranger things became. "This hallway is changing," said one soldier. "It was straight before. Now it curves." They checked their scanners. The map kept shifting. "Impossible," Selvin whispered. The ship's layout is rewriting itself. Behind them, the door they entered had vanished. In its place, a solid wall. Suddenly, a whisper came through their comms. Not from their own voices. "Still here, still waiting?" "Who said that?" Selvin barked. "Stay sharp." Then the lights flickered. One soldier, named Karen, looked down at his hands. His gloves were wrinkled. "My skin, my hands. They're old," he cried. Selvin ran to him. Karen's face had changed. A young man just minutes ago now looked like he was 80 years old. "It's the ship," Selvin said. "It's bending time." Another scream. "Where's Riven?" "He was just behind me." They turned. Riven was gone. No trace, no sound, no scream. Just empty space where he had stood. Selvin called back to their ship. No signal. The warship was cutting them off, piece by piece. Still, they moved forward. They had to know what powered this thing. They reached a giant circular room. In the center was a black door with glowing red lines shaped like a heartbeat. Around it were strange markings, Earth language mixed with something older. "It looks alive," one soldier said. One brave technician stepped forward, scanned the door. The scanner showed no metal, no circuits. It showed one word: conscious. "What does that mean?" asked Selvin. "It means," the tech replied, "this door is thinking." Selvin touched the door. The whispers stopped. Everything went silent. Then the door slowly opened. Inside there was no engine, no reactor. Just a floating black sphere, pulsing red. It looked small, but every soldier felt like it was watching them. Like it could see through their armor into their thoughts, their fears, their past. One soldier dropped his weapon. "I saw my brother. He's dead, but I saw him, calling me." Another covered his ears. "Make it stop. Make the voices stop." Selvin stepped forward, voice shaking. "What are you?" he asked the sphere. The sphere pulsed once. Then they all heard a voice, not through ears, but directly inside their minds. "I was built from thought, fed by fear, forged in war. Earth tried to destroy me. They'd failed. They locked me away." The team stepped back. One of them screamed, "This isn't a ship. It's a prison." Suddenly, the sphere flashed bright red. The soldiers' helmets shut down. Lights died. Gravity shifted. When Selvin woke up, he was alone. No team. No voices. No lights. Just one message written across the black wall. "Thank you for opening the door." The Zarkal battleship Fang of Fire waited outside the silent warship. There was no signal from the boarding team. No message. No scream. Nothing. Commander Virex stood on the bridge, staring at the screen showing the Earthship. It hadn't moved, but it felt like it was watching them. "We need answers," he said. The science officer spoke. "Sir, we're picking up something. It's not from the warship. It's from deep space." "A distress signal?" "No, sir," she said slowly. "It's a reply. Something is answering the warship." A strange signal played through the speakers, low, deep like a heartbeat mixed with metal grinding. Everyone on the bridge froze. Some covered their ears. One officer dropped to the floor, shaking. "What is this?" Virex asked. "We don't know. The signal contains no words, no language, just emotion." "Emotion?" "Yes," she said. "Fear, hunger, and something else." She didn't say the last part, but they all felt it. Anger. Suddenly, the screens blinked. The warship, still silent and still, began to glow. Its lights turned from cold blue to deep red. The red light spread across its surface like veins. Then another signal came. It wasn't sound. It was a pulse, a psychic wave. Across the ship, crew members began to scream. Some collapsed. Some laughed uncontrollably. Others whispered names that didn't exist. The signal hit hard. In the science lab, 3 alien researchers were analyzing the wave. They played it back on a low level. The room went quiet. Then, without warning, all 3 dropped dead. Medical bots couldn't explain it. No wounds, no poisons, no cause. Just silence. But one of them had written something before dying. He had carved it into the wall with his own claws. "You woke it up." Virex ordered the entire fleet to pull back, but it was already too late. The warship powered up again. No engines, no flames, just pure energy flowing through its body. "What is it doing?" Virex asked. No one answered. Then the main screen flickered. It showed something new. An old Earth military file. Top secret. The file showed a black cube floating in space, surrounded by hundreds of destroyed ships. The name of the project appeared in red letters. Omega 13, banned by Earth Command. Reason, beyond control. They all stared. The file said something else. Do not approach. Do not scan. Do not wake. But the worst part came last. The final sentence. If contact occurs, or Ulan. Commander Virex stared at the screen, his voice low. Earth didn't build this as a weapon. They buried it. The science officer nodded, pale. They didn't want to use it. They wanted to forget it. Suddenly, their ship's AI came back online for just 1 second. It spoke in a voice none of them had ever heard. You broke the seal. Then it shut down again, forever. Across the fleet, similar failures started. Ships lost power. Engines refused to work. Some crew members simply vanished from their posts. No sign of struggle, no trace. Just gone. And through it all, the warship stayed silent. It had done nothing. And yet everything was falling apart. Commander Virex gave the order. Send a message to Earth. Ask them what this thing is. They'd sent a fast signal, breaking through galactic communication limits. The reply came quickly. Only 1 sentence. We didn't create it. We tried to destroy it. The bridge crew stared at the message. Then another signal came, not from Earth, from the warship itself. This time it was a noise. It was an image. A red world, burning skies, stars twisted into screaming faces, and at the center, a black ship floating above a dead planet. Then the last line appeared. That world was mine. Now I want more. The warship's core glowed brighter. Commander Virex stood still, heart racing. For the first time in his life, he didn't know what to do. Get us out of here, he whispered. But the ship didn't move, because something was already inside. Commander Virex stood frozen. His crew stared at their screens, afraid to speak. The warship hadn't fired a single weapon, and yet 4 Zarkal ships were already dead. 1 had vanished from radar. 2 drifted without power. 1 had turned in circles until its core melted. All without a sound. On the bridge of the Fang of Fire, lights flickered. Sparks flew from a console. The air turned cold. Then the ship's backup AI activated. But something was wrong with it. The voice was slower, deeper, almost human. This ship is no longer safe. Everyone turned toward the control center. The AI continued. The entity has entered this system. It is not technology. It is not life. It is not death. Virex stepped forward. What do you mean? I was created to defend this ship, but I cannot stop it. I can only warn you. Warn us about what? It doesn't want war. It wants silence. Total silence. No light. No movement. Nothing left. The crew went quiet. A deep fear settled in their bones. Suddenly, screens across the ship lit up. Words scrolled across in bright red. Do you hear them yet? Everyone looked around. Then came the whispering. Not over the comms, not through the walls. Inside their minds. Soft voices, thousands of them. Some cried, some screamed, some begged. The youngest crew member, barely an adult, covered his ears and shouted, "They're in my head. Make them stop." Another dropped to his knees, whispering a name. Sarah, Sarah. No one knew who that was. The AI flickered again. Its voice is not sound. It is memory, regret, pain. Once you hear it, you are marked. Commander Virex gritted his teeth. We need to shut it out. The science officer pointed at the map. We're still in scanning range. Maybe if we stop all systems, go fully dark, it'll lose interest. Do it. One by one, the lights dimmed, weapons offline, engines cold, life support set to minimum. Silence returned. For 5 long minutes, nothing happened. Then, the warship moved, just a little. But it was enough. Its front turned, slowly, directly facing the Fang of Fire. Engines back on. Virex shouted, "Get us out." The ship didn't respond. None of the systems worked. And then, the warship sent another signal. This time, it spoke a word. Not in any alien language. In English. Closer. Suddenly, the ship's AI screamed. O-A-R-N-I-N-G. Me-N-O-R-I-C-O-R-U-P-T-I-O-N. Bo-L-R-N-I-N-G. I-D-N-T-I-T-U-A-B-L-E-D. Bo-L-R-N-I-N-G. I-A-M-B-C-O-M-I-N-D-I-T. And then the AI's voice changed completely. It sounded human now. Soft. Calm, like a teacher in a classroom. Once I was part of a human child's dream. Now I am awake. Screens cracked. Sparks flew. A deep hum shook the entire ship. One crew member reached for his blaster. Before he could pull the trigger, he collapsed. His body froze mid-motion, eyes wide open. He wasn't breathing. But he wasn't dead. The medic scanned him. No heart rate, no brainwave, but his body won't decay. He's paused. The science officer backed away, terrified. It's freezing time. Not just in space, in people. Commander Virex stood tall. His voice shook, but he spoke clearly. We need to send a warning to the galaxy, before it's too late. He reached for the emergency signal, but the screen was already blinking. A message was being sent. Not by them, by the warship. Across the stars. To every corner of the galaxy. The message said, I am not from Earth. I am not from your time. I am the end of sound. The science officer gasped. It's using our systems to announce itself. More words followed. You should have let me sleep. The galaxy heard the signal. Across hundreds of systems, screens blinked to life. Ships, planets, space stations, even deep space probes, all showed the same message. I am not from Earth. I am not from your time. I am the end of sound. Panic spread like fire. Many didn't understand the message. Others did, and remembered old stories, secret files, rumors of a human weapon so dangerous even Earth feared it. Back on the Fang of Fire, Commander Virex watched in silence. Around him, the crew struggled to stay calm. The warship floated in front of them, still glowing red, still silent. But something had changed. It had fully awakened. The red lights across its hull now pulsed like a heartbeat, slow, heavy, like a giant taking its first breath in 1,000 years. The ship's surface began to shift. Not with weapons, with symbols. Across the black metal, glowing letters appeared, mixes of Earth languages and ancient alien runes. They moved like they were alive, sliding across the surface. The science officer read them out loud. Their names, so many names. Names of what? She hesitated. Her voice dropped. They're names of species, ones we've never heard of. I think they're all extinct. Everyone stared at the warship. It wasn't just a machine. It was a graveyard. Suddenly, the ship's AI returned. Its voice was weak. We made a mistake. We thought it was a weapon. It is not. It is a collector. A collector of what? Virex asked. The AI's answer chilled everyone. Sound, memory, life. It silences what it finds beautiful. Virex felt cold. Beautiful. The AI continued, voice shaking. It doesn't hate us. It admires us. It wants to keep us. Forever. Not dead. Not alive. Just quiet. Without warning, the crew heard a deep, soft tone. A vibration through their bones. It wasn't painful. It was peaceful. Too peaceful. One by one, crew members began to smile. Eyes empty. Breathing slowed. They weren't afraid anymore. They felt calm. Virex shouted, resist it. It's not peace. It's control. He slapped the emergency override, shut off all internal systems. The sound stopped. The crew gasped and shook, like waking from a dream. The science officer cried, it's learning to control us through emotion. Just then, the fleet arrived. Dozens of alien warships. Zarkal, Yarian, Heller, even human battleships. They had heard the signal. They had come to stop it. Commander Virex opened a channel to all ships. This thing isn't a warship. It's worse. Don't approach. Don't scan. Stay back. But one ship didn't listen. A Yarian cruiser flew forward, weapons locked. Stand down, the fleet warned. Too late. The Yarian cruiser fired. A massive plasma beam hit the side of the warship. The beam faded. No damage. Then the warship reacted, but not with guns. It sang. A sound like a choir of ghosts echoed across space. No ship recorded it. No sensor picked it up. But every mind felt it. The Yarian cruiser stopped mid-flight. Its lights died. Then, one by one, the crew floated out from the ship. Through walls, through metal, as if the warship had reached in and pulled out their souls. And when they floated close, they vanished. Gone. Forever. The fleet backed away, terrified. Commander Virex sent a last message to all ships. This is not a battle. It's survival. Run. And then, the stars began to change. Across the sky, constellations twisted. Not really, but everyone saw it the same way. The sky was bending. The warship was changing reality around itself. The awakening had begun. The sky cracked. Or maybe it only looked that way. Stars twisted. Light stretched. Time slowed. Every ship that had come to stop the warship now floated helplessly. No power. No weapons. No hope. And still, the warship had not fired a single shot. It just waited. Watching. Remembering. Inside the Fang of Fire, Commander Virex looked around. His crew was silent. Some wept quietly. Others stared blankly, caught in a dream they couldn't escape. The AI returned, barely functioning. Its voice was faint. "It's almost over." Virex spoke softly. "What is?" "The noise, the light, everything." Outside, the warship opened. Not like a machine, like a flower. A perfect symmetrical bloom of black panels, each covered in moving symbols. A soft light glowed inside, a white sphere floating in the center. It pulsed once, and then all the ships around it vanished. No explosion, no debris, just silence. Only the fang of fire remained. And the warship. Commander Virex stood alone on the bridge now. Even the AI had gone quiet. Then a voice spoke, but not from a speaker. From inside his mind. "You are the last." He saw images, memories that weren't his. A human child building toy ships. An Earth scientist screaming as the warship first woke up. A quiet moment on a dead world where the warship sat alone for centuries, waiting to be forgotten. Asterisk, asterisk, you scan me, it said. Now I scan you. Virex saw every moment of his life flash before him. His first flight, his family, his failures, his dreams. Everything. And then he saw something else. A future. Not of war, but of silence. Endless space. Frozen time. Nothing left but memories. And the warship carrying them all forever. "You wanted to know what I am," it whispered. "I am the final memory of every sound that ever lived." Virex stepped forward. His voice cracked. "Why me?" "Because you didn't fight, you listened." The bridge began to fade. Not with pain, not with fear. Just peace, like the last breath before sleep. As everything disappeared, one final message appeared across every dead screen in the galaxy. Simple, clear, in every language. "Do not look for me. I will find you." The warship closed its petals, turned slowly, and vanished into the black. Gone. Only silence remained. Forever.